Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the Being Beautifully Honest podcast and channel, whatever platforms you're listening to this on. If you could go ahead and subscribe. And if you're on YouTube, go ahead and hit that like button while you're at it. It's like walking into the room and hitting that light switch. Let's just go ahead and brighten up the place and let's get into this conversation/reality chat. Ashley Darby. I've been waiting to talk about this, guys, and I'm just really going to keep it brief because I really want to know what you guys think, because here's what I'm thinking when it comes to the Ashley Darby and Michael Darby relationship. All right. Ashley Darby, she's been separated from her husband. She's had a couple of kids with him, and now on the reunion, she has stated that she got her house, but Michael has a key to her home and she has a key to his home. And she's claiming that, yeah, we both have keys to each other's places because we've got the kids together. I'm sorry. I don't see what that has to do with anything. If you feel that you needed to give him an emergency key in the event that you're out of town and you need to get into the house, if it were something like that, we could probably understand it, but because of how it was explained and also because of what she revealed has happened, it's making me question whether they're really getting a divorce or is this all a freaking storyline for television and also an arrangement because of the type of relationship that they already had. Because listen, on the reunion, she stated that she was dating this guy from one of the other Bravo shows. She had been seen around with him. I don't know who he is. I don't watch the show that he's on, and I could really care less. But she said things were kind of getting hot and heavy. She was dating this guy and they're not seeing each other anymore. And she said that Michael kind of put a stop to that because of how he was acting, because she said there was a weekend that she was spending time with the guy. They were at the new place, and Michael just strolls in unannounced. And she didn't go into details of everything that happened. I can only imagine. We've seen Michael in the heat of an argument. You saw when Chris and he got into it and they had to grab Michael up, and they were telling him he needed to leave because Michael was getting up in Chris's face saying, you need to control your wife. And I believe that Michael can be, he can be ridiculous. I believe that his actions can, even as old and crotchety as he is, I believe that he could go there. I'm not saying that he can fight and win, but I'm just saying I believe that he would try. He's grabbing people's booties and all kind of stuff that he's been doing. So this man definitely is not somebody who's just sitting around in a wheelchair or on a walker. No, he's very active, okay? We'll just put it like that. So I believe he probably got up in the man's face and was making Ashley aware of the privilege that she has by even having this home that they bought together, which, to be honest with you, it's Michael buying it. Ashley, even though she gets paid from this show, I don't really know what else she has. I don't really think she has that much, because if you recall from previous seasons, they had already been on the show for several seasons at that point when her mom had, I believe, gotten kicked out of her house and was living outdoors or under a bridge or something like that. Crazy, right? And Michael was saying he didn't want to be supporting adults anymore. Like, he didn't want to be supporting her mom and her mom's boyfriend or whoever she was seeing. And she needs to take responsibility for her own life, which I agree with. I agree with that. But Ashley was making money from the show. Why couldn't Ashley take care of her mom? Why did she need Michael to do it at that point? I'm just saying, I don't believe that Ashley is that responsible when it comes to her money. It's my opinion, just being beautifully honest. And so, when she was talking about the house that she wanted and she couldn't afford it, the mortgage is $13,000 a month, blah, blah, blah. She couldn't really swing that. Why not? I don't know how much she's making on the Real Housewives of Potomac, but I don't think that she's making a small amount. And I'm not saying that you should spend all of your money on a house if the amount of the money that you're making is close to the price of a home. No, that I agree with that. But the fact that you have to buy a house with your soon-to-be ex-husband that you claim is going to be your ex-husband, you actually met with an attorney on television. She said it's not a smart idea to be buying a house with someone that you're divorcing. But let's be clear. She said that they bought it in an LLC that they both are a part of. I just don't know. I'm not saying she needs to show us the paperwork, but to be honest, I believe that Ashley and Michael are not going to really get divorced. I believe that they will probably just stay married. Because here's the thing. She said on the reunion that she didn't get alimony. It didn't work out in her favor. The prenup was more, in favor of what of him. It was more in favor of him. And I've said this before, as creepy and disgusting as Michael is, that doesn't mean he's an idiot. He's smart. He's done a lot over the years to gain his wealth, and there's even some questionable things now because there's some news that came out that said that he has an interest in land in Somalia, a war-torn country that the leaders treat the natives like trash while they allow other people to come in and take up residence and take up land, and all of the money is going to the leaders while the people suffer. There's some questionable things that have come out about that. So the reports are more specifically that his real estate portfolio, it's showing that he is allegedly one of the largest landowners in Somalia. She revealed on the show that he used to own the Watergate Hotel. And the history behind the Watergate Hotel, President Nixon and all of that good stuff. So, according to the Washington Post, in a feature from the year 2013, it says Michael owns land in Mogadishu, Somalia. After he divorced his first wife of over 20 years, Michael jumped into setting up the next phase of his life. So he met Ashley, he pursued her, and then he expanded his investments in the real estate industry. So he was heavily investing in the ultimate emerging real estate market, Mogadishu, Somalia, where he has built a 44-acre compound near the airport and site of the film Black Hawk Down, making him one of the Civil War-stricken country's largest real estate owners. And because she was the one that filed for divorce, honestly, I just don't believe that they're really going to get divorced. Lots of people file, but they don't move forward with it. And with her finding out that the prenup wasn't in her favor, which it was never going to be in her favor, because this man who has been smart enough to invest in properties and land all across the world, even if it was in a country that it's questionable where he did it because of, what was going on there. And listen, I'm not saying that he was a racist person for doing what he did, because to be honest with you, I'm not saying he's not at fault or there's something that he could, not do about it. But I don't think that he did it with the intentions of making people in the country suffer. He was just looking out for his pockets. And yeah, that's definitely not the best thing to do, especially when it comes to an outsider investing in land on the continent of Africa, especially in a country that is war-stricken. That's just, that is questionable. It absolutely is. But Michael got a vasectomy. You remember that was from one of the earlier episodes of the season. We know that he sleeps around. We already know that. But I believe that he got a vasectomy because he and Ashley are still doing the do, and he did not want to have any more children. And that's it. Yeah, she's going to get child support. Yeah, she got the house. But it's more profitable for her to stay with this man and just them live separately and apart. He can still come and go as he pleases. She can come and go as she pleases from his place. And he doesn't have to, he can just have her as a kept woman. He doesn't have to pay child support and try to split any assets or anything like that, even though we already know that the prenuptial agreement didn't work out in her favor because he never was going to allow that to happen. She was pretty much bought, in my opinion. She was a young girl. She thought that she was making a come up, and she did. I mean, let's just be honest. She made a come up by being with him, but he has a kept woman. She was bought and sold to him, and he's going to have his way. And I believe that he wants to control what she is doing because it was all good when they were having threesomes with him, but he doesn't like it when she's doing it separately with other people. So I just believe that, to be honest with you, this filing that she did was for television, for a storyline, but I don't believe that she's really going to go through with it. I just don't see that happening. I could be wrong, but in my opinion, I believe that she played her hand the wrong way, and she also did it for television. And now she is, in this position of really looking foolish because so many people felt like as soon as they heard that she filed for divorce, jackpot. She's really, really, made it. She's got her 2 kids. She renegotiated her prenuptial agreement. She's still young, and now she can go out there and live it up. But look, I just don't see that happening. I believe he's letting her have her fun by doing the little TikTok dances and being, seductive with the scantily clad clothing that she's more, wearing now and things like that. But in terms of her moving on with somebody else, I just don't think that he's going to allow that to happen. And I believe that scene when she was crying with her uncle and aunt about her being alone with these kids, although I do believe that there was a little bit of acting behind that, I believe that it was, how she was really feeling. And also that she can't see herself not being with him, because I've said this before and I will say it again. I believe that because of the daddy issues that she has, in some way, shape, or form, she sees somewhat of a dad in Michael. Now, that may sound disgusting, especially when we know how they get down, she and Michael, but I do believe that is one of the things that really keeps her beholden to him. So I don't know. Those are just my thoughts. Is she actually going to go through with this divorce? We shall see. I don't know how old Michael is. I don't even care to look it up at this point, but I don't know how much more time he has here. I don't think that she should divorce him, to be honest with you. Just hang on there a little while longer, because if he dies and you're married to him, you get it all. Hey, I'm saying if you're going to do it, you might as well do it right. That's all I'm saying. I'm not advocating for people to be a gold digger or anything like that, but you already did it, so you might as well hang in there for the long haul. And how much longer will that haul be? I'm just being real, guys. Look, I'm just being beautifully honest. That's what I'm here to do. You guys can let me know how you feel about it in the comment section below, but let me know your thoughts respectfully. Thank you so much for subscribing. This is Beth, and I'm just being beautifully honest. So until the next time, I just wanted to keep it brief, beautiful, and now I'm going to say bye.